Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I made $1,070 with NASDAQ futures. I'm going to show you a little bit more about what I was thinking and my technical analysis of the fucking chart. So today, let's pull up the charts right here. And as you guys know, we only trade NQ and ES futures, which is basically SPY and the NASDAQ if you're just trading stocks. So it's a little bit different. The reason why I trade futures is because it has better price action. But yeah, let's just jump into the charts today. So today was a very difficult day. There was a lot of big traders that obviously lost a lot. It's very difficult because the bias kept switching. I was bullish and then I was bearish and I was bullish and then I was bearish. So usually I just don't trade at all when that happens, but I ended up taking a trade a little bit later on in the day. So yeah, 10:10 is when I traded today. And yeah, the bias just kept flipping. It was very complicated. There was a lot of different imbalances that I wasn't fully sure were going to be respected or disrespected. So it wasn't the best day, but ended up getting a win with $1,000 in profit. So as you guys know, coming into the market, I identified the highs and lows of the market, buy side and sell side. And yeah, just to help you guys, I'm just going to work through it a little bit more. So yeah, this is basically the overview of what my chart looked like. I identified the buy side levels and the sell side levels. Let's just kind of get rid of that one right there. But yeah, the only real buy side level was this one right here. Market opened around this price. We had a sell side level here, sell side level here. We had a 4-hour imbalance, which is a little bit difficult to see right now, but it was right here. So this was a questionable imbalance that may be respected a little bit later in today, but it was not respected during the time I trade. So yeah, we're gonna leave that apart. Let's just go to market open. We have a low right here. We have a low right here. And we have the 4-hour imbalance that we talked about a little bit earlier. We have a high. We have a 30-minute imbalance, which is what we'll talk about a little bit later, which is a big indicator on why I took the trade today, along with this very prominent buy side liquidity or high in price action right there. So yeah, as we scroll a little bit farther in, there was no real direction on where we were going to go. Market opens like that. We sweep liquidity right here. And then, yeah, we're just dancing around. The first fair value gap was opened up, which is a big confluence of what I like to do with my trading. So as you can see, it respected the first fair value gap and shot up again. There was a gap here, really just dancing around. And this is where you can't get stuck. Like I said before, my bias just kept changing. Like I was bearish, I was bullish. I guess there's another fair value gap right here that could have been respected, but it's just very choppy. There's no real direction of where price wants to go. And when you see that happen, obviously it's going to come with experience, but just avoid the charts. Don't fucking trade at all because it's pointless. You're just going to get chopped up and draw down and lose your trade, honestly, because no trader can trade this. This is awful. This is not what you want to see right here, price action. Right here, we do get a bit of a breakaway. You could kind of consider this accumulation, and then we kind of drop down to manipulation, and then we kind of distribute upward. So now I'm looking at the different imbalances and points of liquidity where it may reach. And the only points in question were this 30-minute imbalance and this buy side level at 23,902. So there's two levels in question. I just want to see where and which ones are respected. So as you see here, we go to the 1-minute time frame. We get a sweep of liquidity right here. This is the 30-minute imbalance or fair value gap, which is the same thing that I showed a little bit earlier. And this is basically where it all started. So I see this sweep of liquidity. That's number one. That is the first thing and a very necessary thing that we need when we are trading. And then a big imbalance shows up afterward, and I just want to see a retracement. I want to see it come back into this box and respect it. Still a little bit wary, or yeah, wary about this point right here. Not sure if it's going to continue and disrespect this imbalance. However, no bodies of the candle closed after this imbalance, and we slowly start to go back into a more bearish looking thing because we have a sweep liquidity and we have a fair value gap 1 minute. It's all 1 minute, 1 minute fair value gap that gets respected. And then once we get a good reaction off that, I enter shorts and we draw it all the way down to this level right here. So I could have been a little bit more aggressive. I could have targeted this low right here because, I mean, why not, right? This is a low. I guess this could have been a low, but it's just a little bit farther down. I like to take the shortest and closest point of exit liquidity, so that low was a good point to just get out. I used 2 contracts, and this was a risk to reward of 1 to 2.17, so that is a good risk to reward. As you guys know, it should be 1 to 2 or 3 RR. If it's a little bit more than 3, it's probably not going to happen. You should look for RRs that are in this range right here. But yeah, that was a pretty good trade. As I said before, it's a little bit later. I like to take my trades a little bit sooner in the day where it is most volatile, but it was no news Monday, so that means there's not a lot of volatility in the market on no news Mondays. But yeah, so that was my trade today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, but I will catch you guys in the next one. Yep. Peace.